Okay, we are right back here at WSJU Radio. I'm Rafiq Luzon. Back again. There's OneTwoCombo in the house. Welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me back. Appreciate you.
Yeah, why not? It's always good to talk basketball with you, especially after everything you've done with the house highlights and being part of that ultimate debate tournament where you had where you literally said that James Harden was better than Shaquille O'Neal. But at least in the debate, you probably, Jonathan from Knicks Film School kind of gave it a smoke in the Shaq and Harden debate.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, Shaq is so dominant, but I do believe that James Harden is a top 5 scorer and a top 5 playmaker of all time. The debate was actually who was the most unstoppable, and I think James Harden is the greatest offensive engine to ever live. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, nobody's dominant like Shaq, though.
Yeah, I mean, very interesting debate. I mean, it's hard to debate. It's hard to debate between two guys that won 4 championships. The other one never won a championship. But you know what?
True.
Skill set wise, I'm sorry, but the winner managed to become Shaquille O'Neal. But obviously, the end debate with LeBron and Michael Jordan, the one debate that will always be controversial, ended with, of course, Jordan coming out on top.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan is the most unstoppable, right? I just had to debate it for James Harden because that's what I believe. I know consensus believe it's Jordan, but I believe that James Harden is the most unstoppable. Maybe not the greatest, but the most unstoppable.
Yeah. Speaking of James Harden, let's focus on the way he's been playing this season with Los Angeles Clippers. So the Clippers have been kind of average, but at least he's still getting some good numbers.
He is, but they look old, man. They look old, and I think they're going to have to soon move in a different direction. I think the Kawhi Leonard era of the Clippers is coming to an end, and they need more youth, man. I think it's about that time where they're going to have to rebuild.
Yeah, they start the season off 3-7 after 10 games, and which means they're kind of below average. But of course, what you expect when you talking about two old guys that been through it all, seen it all. Now it's a new season, and they're just trying to find their niche, especially in a highly competitive Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and I think they're missing Norm Powell, who's playing really good for the Heat. The Heat have been a revelation. Coach Spo is a basketball genius, and Norm has fit so well there, and I think the Clippers are really missing him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they need Norman Powell back, especially after Bradley Beal. It was just announced that Bradley Beal's going to be out for the season with another injury.
Oh, wow. For the entire season? What kind of injury does he have?
Yeah. Let's just say he's just out for the season. It says he needs surgery on his hip.
Oh, my God. Maybe that's why he wasn't playing that well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we got to get to talking about your experience in house highlights in recent weeks. And I mean, we just briefly touched upon it, but with like being able to do debates
Yeah.
in the recent episodes, obviously you did one with Kevin Durant where nobody really remembers Kevin Durant's performance in the USA.
Yeah, I guess my argument was that Michael Jordan is the greatest Team USA basketball player ever. I know Kevin Durant has more gold medals, but Michael Jordan's moments mattered a lot more to me and I think to everybody else. And then on top of that, he's just a better player than Kevin Durant. But Kevin Durant is great. He's just not Michael Jordan.
Yes, he's really not Michael Jordan. We'll just leave it at that. And how does working with house highlights elevate your creativity, your mindset when it comes to talking basketball?
Yeah, I mean, in that debate format, it's really competitive. It's really engaging. And I think I learned a lot in terms of just being thrown in the fire and the ability to get through that because it's a different atmosphere than just having like a regular show or a podcast where everybody's on the same page. It's a competition, it's a debate, and it definitely made me better. And shouts to everybody at House of Highlights. It's been great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, house highlights, you never know who's going to pull up.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you had Remo, you had Jonathan from Knicks
Jonathan
Film
Macri,
School.
yep.
Jonathan Macri, he's doing a good job with the coverage of the Knicks. And obviously, you're doing a good job with the coverage of the Knicks when you got to interview CP the franchise, his girlfriend or soon-to-be wife at his watch parties that Knicks Fans TV have. What great engagement he brings to Knicks basketball.
He does a great job. He's a true pro. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, true pro. I mean, the fact you took a lot of energy creating your own brand Knicks fan TV, and I love
Yes.
the games he gives to the fans when he gives his take on Knicks basketball.
For the fans, by the fans, as
You
he
would
says.
think you're actually going to a real show. I mean, I want to describe the atmosphere as like attending the Knicks watch parties that you went to recently.
It's amazing. It's just great to connect with all the fans. They're so passionate. They want to see the Knicks win a championship. It's been a long time, but it looks like we might be there soon, right? I mean, this New York Knicks team is rolling. It feels like they're going to win the East, but there's still a long way to go. And the West is tough. I don't know if they could beat OKC or Denver in a 7-game series, but I think they definitely should be able to win the East this year.
Yeah, well, that's what they want you to believe because they have to deal with. I mean, there's still tonight's game against the Orlando Magic, and then there's their late games against the Miami Heat. They're currently on a 5-game winning streak. We don't know how far it's going to go. They also got opponents. They got the Brooklyn Nets coming in, so like judged by the Knicks up until this point, what do you think? Was it more about the team effort, or just the opponents they're facing?
With who? With which team? The Nets?
Knicks.
The Knicks?
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing great. I think Coach Mike Brown has brought a level of player movement and ball movement, as everybody knows. And Mikal Bridges has been a lot better. I think he's a lot more comfortable with Mike Brown than he was with Tibbs. So it seems to be a good hire so far. Even though Tibbs' tenure with the Knicks was really great, it seems like sometimes what takes you from point A to point B can't take you from point B to point C. And we're seeing Mike Brown starting to do that. It's still very early, so we got to wait and see. But the offense looks better and the defense looks great as well. And even a game that, like yesterday, they were really engaged, a game they're supposed to win, and they did win against John Moran and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, that was an easy win. Although they did let Memphis come back a little bit. And that's something that you kind of want to avoid. I mean, we already seen like the Mets and Giants blow lead like it's out of nowhere. And we don't want that happening with the New York Knicks.
No, not at all. I mean, they were great yesterday. And the movement off the ball, Jalen Brunson being a little bit more of a facilitator this year has been really good for them. And I love how they're making the extra pass. They're turning good shots into great shots. And that's been really important for this New York Knicks team.
Yeah, it's definitely important. And also the ability to find open shots for guys like Mikal Bridges and Jordan Clarkson. That's the type of momentum we need, and hopefully it keeps it up. And Carlton Towns' ability to like take it to the rack and transition improved a bit more in recent games.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson is X factor for me because he's one guy that could just get a bucket, right? He's a professional bucket getter. He's been playing better and better. And I think he's going to get even better than he is now, and he's going to be a true X factor for this New York Knicks team.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a true X factor because the Knicks need to use their bench more, which is something that they were lacking. And obviously the defense seamlessly improved, but it's early in the season. I mean, they haven't even won a road game yet. That's something that we need to think about. I mean, after this homestand then gets by you, will they carry on to finally get a road win?
I hope so, man. I mean, it's always easier to play at home when you're comfortable. But I always loved away games more than home games. You could shut the crowd down. You could, kind of prove your haters wrong. I always enjoyed road games more than home games. And we'll have to see if the Knicks could figure it out on the road.
Yeah, they don't play on the road again until November 17th against the Miami Heat. And they did lose on the road against the Miami Heat. And after that, for the rest of that 5-game road trip, they got the Mavericks, Orlando, Brooklyn, and Charlotte. So look for the New York Knicks to actually continue to elevate the schedule and elevate themselves and continue the consistent teamwork that they've had in recent games. And look, they haven't really had that many close games in their victories.
No, they haven't. I mean, they've been taking care of business, and it all starts with Jalen Brunson and Cat, who have been playing great. And as I said, Jalen Brunson has been more of a facilitator this year, helping everybody else find their rhythm and then playing off the ball a little bit more. And then Cat has been playing tough, man. I mean, I know some people call Cat soft, but he's been playing tough this year. And it looks like they might have 2 or 3 All-Stars. I predicted Mikal Bridges would make his first All-Star team this year, and I think he might be on his way to doing that.
Yeah. And speaking of All-Stars, obviously the format announced is going to be like 2 American teams and 1 world team. Then he's doing this little round-robin system. And after all 3 games are complete out of the top 2, for the round robin, you get to the championship round who will compete for the All-Star Game Championship this year, this All-Star break. What do you think about the new format?
I mean, they had to change something because the players just weren't playing hard. So maybe players will have a little more pride now playing for their country or playing for the USA versus the international players. I think it's good. I think they had to change something. I also want to see them bring a one-on-one tournament to All-Star Weekend. I think that would really be exciting. We see the YouTube one-on-one space really picking up steam, and I think that could add some energy to All-Star Weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should. I mean, we just saw one-on-one tournament happen at Pier 17 not too long ago with the summer. I mean, you weren't there, but I got to see some good ballers. Good ballers. The future.
They just had a big one at Gaucho's.
They
So
did?
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's really picking up steam. I wish the Olympics would pick up one-on-one, and I hope that All-Star Weekend could pick up one-on-one eventually.
Yeah, they should. I mean, one-on-one is the future of basketball. You play a lot of one-on-one,
Yeah,
especially in commercials.
Yeah, you see him. You see me. Yeah, definitely. That's what I do. Yeah.
But yeah, that's besides the point. Yeah, hopefully the All-Star Weekend this year becomes a lot better because let's be honest, there's some scoring, but not enough defense.
No, not enough defense. I mean, guys were not playing hard at all. They were literally playing 20%. I've been to the past few All-Star games, and just being in the building. The dunk contest has been actually pretty exciting with like Mac McClung. The 3-point contest is always kind of fun, but the actual game has been terrible, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, we see better All-Star games way back in the 2000s. That's just
Right.
It's just literally sad.
When Kobe was here, right? Yeah, he was going
Yeah,
hard.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Anyways, there's the introduction of the new NBA jerseys, City Edition jerseys that came out. I mean, name 2 jerseys that you would enjoy. I mean, especially with the new Knicks jerseys, the Brooklyn Nets jerseys.
That's the one with the city's name on it, right?
Uh-huh.
I kind of like the Rockets jersey, and then I like the Pacers as well. Yeah, I like those two a lot.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Yeah.
not mad about that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a new style and introduction to the league.
Yeah, and they're also bringing back the retro jerseys. The Sixers, the Allen Iverson black jersey, that one's pretty hot too. Yeah.
Yeah, the Cavaliers jersey, the one that LeBron wore during his finals run in 07.
Yes,
they're
yes,
bringing
that was-
those back.
Yes, those are nice.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're bringing this back nostalgia because jerseys like that really remind you that they're repping their city.
100%.
Even when they don't necessarily live there.
Yep. People feel that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Let's get into your all-time favorite starting 5 for the New York Knicks.
My all-time starting 5 for the New York Knicks is Walt Frazier,
Mm-hmm.
Allen Houston,
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo Anthony,
Mm-hmm.
Bernard King,
Mm-hmm.
and Patrick Ewing.
I'm not mad about that. I mean, why?
You can't be mad about that. That's the
Why-
greatest starting 5 anybody could think of.
Why would you? Why'd you pick that starting lineup?
Because that's the best starting lineup any Knicks fan could ever think of. That's why.
Okay, I mean, I ain't mad about that. What about Amari Stoudemire? Is he at least a bench warmer or a
I mean, Amari's great. I just don't think he's better than Bernard or Melo, especially as a Knick.
Yeah, Melo. I mean, I'll agree with you on Melo because Melo, like, even though he never won a championship, at the very least he had one of the greatest careers you'll ever get from an NBA basketball player in the New York area.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll share a break with you. I'll pick some of those players, but obviously I'm going to interrogate Jalen Brunson in all-time starting 5.
Over Walt Frazier?
Not over Walt Frazier, but he'll play right beside Walt.
Oh,
Frazier.
so you're taking Al Houston out?
Al Houston could go off the bench.
Oh.
Brunson needs more. Brunson's the king of New York for a reason. He's actually the one that. I mean, I'm not disrespecting to Allen Houston. He get the game with a shot that literally carried the Knicks to finals run in 1999. No disrespect to him, but I feel like Jalen Brunson, after the type of bad years the Knicks had, he brought basketball back to what it used to be. He brought the enjoyment of Knicks basketball again.
Okay.
So I would put him alongside Walt Clyde Frazier.
That's a smaller backcourt. I like my classic 2-guard in Allen Houston. That's why I got that.
All right.
Yeah.
I
think Walt Frazier and Brunson, there's a little redundancy in skill set.
Wait, well, I mean, they're both skillful. They're both skillful playmakers.
Yeah, but who's playing off the ball?
Walt Clyde Frazier. I guess I would pick Walt Clyde Frazier, but
I guess so.
I mean Brunson, but Brunson
Al Houston could shoot that.
But Brunson could get you clutch shot. He showed you.
Brunson's great.
He shows you what he can do when he comes through in the clutch.
No, Brunson's great. I'm not mad at it.
All right, now your all-time St. John starting lineup.
My all-time St. John starting lineup is Mark Jackson, Malik Sealy, Chris Mullin, Ron Artest, a.k.a. Meta World Peace, and Bill Wennington. Walter Berry off the bench. That's a tough 5.
That's a tough 5. That is literally, a top 5. And I guess Zuby Ejiofor and
Ooh.
Kadari Richard. I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you on those picks. But Kadari and Zuby Ejiofor has to be at least a bench warmers for that roster.
I'm not mad at Kadari. They're actually missing Kadari a lot this season. We saw that with Alabama. They were missing his court savvy and IQ on both sides of the court. So I always really appreciated Kadari's game. I don't think he's on Mark Jackson's level, though. But
he's not. That's why I put him off the bench.
He's great.
I'll put him off the bench. And I'm not going to put Ian Jackson on the lineup yet because clearly his St. John's basketball career just started. It's only been 2 games. They just got smoked by Alabama the other night.
Okay.
Other day.
Yeah, they did. On the 8th, they lost to Alabama. They showed some good stretches. The interesting thing about this team is that I feel like they don't have any glaring weaknesses yet. They just have to polish it up a little bit. But I don't think that's anything Pitino can't fix. He's one of the greatest college basketball coaches to ever live.
Yeah. He said in the post-game press conference that this is a learned lesson for St. John's, that they fight hard to lose, so this way they know what to do next time. They got to give against William and Mary this week, and then they got Bucknell, and after that it's the Players era where they have to take on Iowa State, at Baylor.
Okay.
So with those games coming up, we'll tell you the type of team St. John's going to be. They're ranked number 13 in the country.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad about that. You're a top 15 ranked team. I mean, it's still better than what you were a year ago when nobody expected St. John's to even be the type of conversation for a national championship.
Yeah, I'm not lower on their ceiling at all. I think they still have Final Four potential, and I still think they could win it all, even though they just lost to Alabama. It's very early in the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, transition real quick. And I didn't talk about this, but I want to make sure that I keep it a surprise. What's your all-time starting 5 for the Brooklyn Nets?
Do we count New Jersey?
Yes. And yes, we're counting the New Jersey teams.
How about Long Island Nets?
And Long Island Nets.
Well, then I got to go Jason Kidd, Vince Carter, Julius Erving, Kevin Garnett, and Kevin Durant.
That's a good starting 5.
Actually, I got to put James Harden somewhere too. You know what? I'm going to take out Vince Carter and put in James Harden.
James Harden for half man, half amazing? After the conference when you had the dunk contest?
Yeah, you're right. And also, he was actually better he had a longer Nets career. So let's stay with Vince.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll go. Yeah, I will share agree with you. I'll put these starting 5, and I guess I'll have the big 3 that they had with
Keith Van Horn off the bench.
Keith Van Horn, he'll be there, but I'm definitely gonna put Darren Williams, Joe Johnson, and Brook Lopez off the bench because clearly when they were there, they weren't as good as they were with Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna put Kyrie Irving off the bench too because Kyrie Irving Brooklyn was unreliable.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
He's literally unreliable. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Now, looking at the NBA season so far, which of the teams do you think stood out to you the most through the first 2 weeks of the season?
The Houston Rockets, how seamless they've been playing. Alfred Şengün feels like a top 5 player in the league. And Kevin Durant has fitted seamlessly, even though he hasn't been he hasn't looked like prime Kevin Durant, but it's been coming together lately. And then also Cade Cunningham and the Pistons have been great. I think Cade Cunningham deserves some MVP buzz. So that's been interesting as well.
Shout out to the Detroit Pistons, though. They literally elevated from what they were 2 years ago when they were like 14 and 50. They now one of the top teams in the conference ahead of even the Knicks, who took them out in the first round last year. So, yeah, I'm going to put the Detroit Pistons as a top 2 team. Why not? The Knicks are up there. Miami Heat looking like they're going to be better than what they were last year. Yeah, the Eastern Conference is wide open with all the injuries going on to some of the teams that were contenders at one point. But you know what? A lot can happen in the next several weeks. Oh, yeah, we can't forget about the surprise teams in the West. San Antonio Spurs is rocking it. The Oklahoma City Thunder, defending champions, show you that they're one of the defending champions. They're determined to start a dynasty right there.
Yeah. Is Wemby the best player in the NBA?
That's to be determined because it's still early in his career.
Right.
Let's just see how, you got to get back to me on that 10 to 15 years from now when he gets more established in the NBA.
Okay.
But let's be fair. The guy showed that you don't need to jump in order to do a dunk. Or to
That
block
is true.
you.
That is true.
He doesn't need to jump in order to block you when you're going 1-on-1 against him. That's all I gotta say, Combo. No combos when you go up against Victor Wembanyama. The guy's a serious size. He has length. He has a good, tall,
and he's great defensively. He's a game changer.
That's the type of game changer going to help San Antonio get it back to the playoff team they were during the Tim Duncan days.
Yeah.
He may not get the same confidence as Tim Duncan, but at the very least, he'll give you some more size that Tim Duncan ever had.
Sounds good. Yeah. No, most definitely. I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, that wraps up this episode of here on Rafiq Lewis on WSJU Radio. 1-2 combo back on the dial. Glad to have you back. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. So this goes out live, the audio version?
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, cool. And you can send me that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That was good, man. We're getting better every time.
Mm-hmm.
Do a lot of people tune in?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thanks for having me back, man.
No problem.
Let me know if you want me next month or whatever.
Yeah. I'll probably bring back next month. I mean, I tried to get Ryan Walker to come here, but he was feeling under the weather, so.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know, man.
Yeah.
I always love talking sports. Maybe I'll make some videos.
Yeah. I thought about bringing my camera, but
yeah, I need to get one of those little cameras they got that Daria had last time. Yeah. All right, I gotta walk back to gate 5 now. Oh no, wait, gate 1, I think.
Yeah, I got you. I just gotta find it.
Okay, cool.
I got you. I just gotta hide a couple bits.
All right, cool. Thanks. Went great, man.
I didn't mean to interrupt.